Good morning, you guys. I'm Robin O'Neill. This is me reading stuff, the place where we act like we're all at a slumber party, asking dumb questions, telling each other who we have crushes on, going through magazines, tearing out the faces of the boys we like, eating chips, eating dip. That's what I feel like I'm doing with you guys a lot of times. And then, you know how it is at a slumber party when you let a pale 40-year-old female artist interrupt to read poetry to you. That's a typical slumber party experience, right? Okay, let's get started. Let's just launch right in. I'm very excited about who I'm reading today. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned what a great resource poets.org is. I subscribed a few years ago to the Poem a Day email. Weekdays, it's contemporary poetry, and it always includes a small commentary, just usually a few sentences long, by the poet themselves. Many of these are actually previously unpublished, as far as I can tell. Not all of them, but I don't know if it's all of them or some of them. I should have checked on that before I started jabbering? Jesus. What is wrong with me? Blabbering. Blabbering is the goddamn word. I haven't had as much coffee as I need. And on weekends, it's classic poetry. And so I'm not going to say that every day, there's no way that every day it's going to be something you love, but it's always good to read it anyway. So anyway, you guys might want to subscribe to that if you haven't already. And on December 23rd, I'll never forget, Poets.org sent me my email, and it was a poem by Derrick Austin, and the title got my attention immediately. It was Taking My Father and Brother to the Frick. And for those of you who don't know, the Frick is a museum in New York City on the Upper East Side, and it happens to be my favorite museum to visit, that and the Manil in Houston. But so immediately I was interested. And when I read it, I was just so taken with it, and I related to it on so many different levels. I just loved it. So I reached out to Derrick, and he could not have been more kind and just sweet. And he's fucking funny. So definitely go ahead and check him out on Twitter. It's at Paradise LAUST. I'm going to put all the links to all the necessary stuff in the description of this podcast, of course. But so it's Derrick, Derrick Austin. And let's just go ahead and read it, and then I'll tell you about a little more about Derrick and how you can get this book that he has coming out. But here is the poem. Again, it's called Taking My Father and Brother to the Frick. Disembark, the turners seem to say, those starburst barges glowing in the dusk. But I can't read old Rembrandt. His guarded eyes are jewels, like black men. Even the loaned marble busts of kings and soldiers fail to arrest you. It's nearly closing time. The elderly linger, rapt. Who has looked at either of you lately with such tenderness? Entering the narrow hall, I ignore my favorite portraits. Their ruffles and bodices, carnations and power puffs, afraid to share my joy with you, yet your bearing in this space, the procession of your shoulders, the crowns of your heads, makes them sing anew. You are both good men. Walk into the Fragonard room. You both seem bored still. It's fine. Perhaps we can progress like these panels, slowly and without words, here, the city where I first knew men in the dark, in this gold and feminine room. It brings tears to my eyes every single time. I mean, as someone who is an artist from a really non-artistic family, I can't tell you, I mean, even when I was a kid, I was kind of dragging family members to things that meant they didn't just mean a lot to me, they meant everything to me. And it was always so difficult to have this sort of barrier between me and many people I love, where I knew this stuff wasn't going to penetrate necessarily, and to witness that again and again in various ways. It's not only in museums, trust me, it's just in general in life. I mean, it's sort of the reason I do this podcast as well, because what I read means so much to me, and I didn't have very many outlets for how to share that with people. I do now, thanks to you all. That's why I really have so much gratitude, and I express it every time I record, for you who listen and who interact with me about what I read. Anyway, I think it's clear, it's probably clear why this poem means a lot to me, but how beautifully stated. And that last stanza, you are both good men. And then progressing like these panels slowly and without words. It's just, I don't know. There's something about you are both good men. I think it took me a long time to be okay with the fact that a lot of people I love aren't going to be as kind of enraptured with the things that feel like they're just like stirring my every fucking organ inside of my body. It's so hard because I feel these things so kind of passionately and deeply and physically. And then, I mean, I know that not everyone does, but it's a lonely feeling in life sometimes. But what I love, what Derrick did here was to basically say that that's okay. And, Jesus, I'm going to cry again thinking about it. Let's move on to giving Derrick his proper shout out. I want you guys to pre-order his book. It's only $16. You can pre-order his debut book of poetry, Trouble the Water. It's from Boa Editions. That's boaeditions.org. From the website, it says this about the book: these intimate, sensual poems interweave pop culture and history, moving from the Bible through several artistic eras to interrogate what it means, as Austin says, to be fully human as a queer black body in 21st century America. Also, and I'll put the link to his website too. It's themadscene.tumblr.com. And I checked that out and can't get enough of that either. So he's extremely entertaining. He's thoughtful and entertaining and fun and intelligent. He's like the perfect mix. This is what I wish everyone had. He has a sense of humor along with sharing I don't even know. You guys are going to love Derrick Austin. I already love Derrick Austin. Derrick, I love you. Thank you so much for this poem. That was by far one of the most exciting poem a day emails I have ever gotten in my years of getting those. And also, if you're in New York, if you're anywhere in the area, or if you're visiting and you haven't gone to the Frick, my God, Madonna mia, get over there immediately. Honestly, you can spend all day. It is the most incredible place to, I was going to say live. I guess you're living every day. I have said the word incredible at least 50,000 times in the last 8.5 minutes speaking to you guys. I apologize. It seems to be the only word that's going to come out of my mouth. Anyway, I never miss going to the Frick when I am in New York City or anywhere near there. Even if I visit New York for 2 days or 1.5 days, I make a point to get up there. It's a place to linger. And it'll have even more resonance now that I know Derrick's poem. You guys, come fuck with me over on Instagram and Twitter. My handle is ROBYN_ONEIL. Please subscribe to my podcast on iTunes and or Podomatic if you haven't already. I don't know if you can subscribe on Podomatic. I don't know how it works, but I know how it works on iTunes. And I appreciate all the subscriptions. I appreciate all the reviews. I appreciate all the love and support. I love when you talk to me on Instagram. I'm trying to get back to everyone. Next time I talk to you, I will be in Kansas. So get ready for that shit. Everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I wish you all great mental health. Again, I don't want to overshoot this. You know what? I wish you to just be kind of okay. Let's all get by mentally. Okay? You guys, that's it. I got to shut up, and I'm not going to say the word incredible one more time. I apologize for my lack of vocabulary today. God, do I leave the podcast every day being angry at myself? The answer is yes. I'm out of here. See you guys on Monday. Bye-bye.